EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Carolina Panthers and the New York Jets. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. The All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. Should be a fun one. Off we go on EA Sports. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. 32-yard line. Now it's the rookie, Omarion Hampton. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 4.
380. Ready.
From the gun, it's Herbert. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the third play. Picked off by Cameron Bynum. And he's going to bring this one back. Wow, less than a minute into the game. It's a pick six and an early touchdown. Chris Boswell on for the point after. He's got it. Panthers are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken at the 5.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10.
380. 380. Ready.
Now the Georgia Bulldogs. Here's Nick Chubb. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
24-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 9.
Wide 80. Wide 80 hut. Set.
On play action. Now Herbert going up top for Evans. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it's going to be third down.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
Third down and 9. Shotgun now for Herbert. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. That's the All-Pro 3 years running, Chris Jones. He's in to drop him for a sack, and that will bring up fourth down. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free.
At their own 44-yard line.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Open man downfield, it's Addison. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Out to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Shotgun run now with Walker. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Carolina. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
Makes the score Panthers 14. Just nothing.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
Cut. Set. What is it?
They'll start on the ground with Hampton. And he'll get forward for a couple. Cameron Bynum up from the secondary to make the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Set. Crowd. Crowd right, crowd right, crowd right. Go. Go.
Now Herbert. He's going to look deep for Tyreek. High-handed defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield.
At their own 48-yard line.
Kings! Rail. Stop!
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
A gain there of 11. It's a Carolina first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Headed left, buying time. He'll take a shot with Mims.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Down.
From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Izien. Into space. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Jets.
So in those one-on-one situations, Mike, so often the quarterbacks love attacking those guys in single coverage. The problem is, if you're not perfect with your ball placement and your timing, and that defensive back gets his hands on the ball, there's no one around to make the tackle, and he's off to the races.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. And this one is no good. He has missed the extra point. Keep that one in mind. We'll see if that comes into play as we go along this afternoon.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick
Here's
off.
McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
13, pretty lucky here. Back-to-back gains of 13. And another first down. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Pistol, pistol, pistol.
Now Mayfield. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Panther first down.
To throw is Mayfield. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jordan Addison. Touchdown, Panthers. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Now after the play, it looks like we have an injured Jet on the field.
Chris Boswell set to
Boswell
kick off.
now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return.
At their own 41-yard line.
Run! Wide 80. Wide 80.
Now a play fake. Herbert going up top for Evans. That is hot. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big play for the Jets. 45 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Chris Jones, he gets in to record his 2nd sack of the game, number 4 on the season. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Delta,
To throw is Herbert. And he'll take it on in. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, New York.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
180. Regular. Start.
On 2nd down, Baker. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. 3rd down coming up.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On 4th down, here comes J.K. Scott to punt. Back deep, it's Tyreek Hill. Take it in, back at his own 12. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. The drive's going to start from beyond the 20.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
380. Get out. Delta, stop. 12. Go.
Now, Herbert. He'll get that. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the Panthers are going to recover the football.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway, and now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession, and it's exactly what they're able to do here, picking up that 1st down.
They'll run with Harris. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
That is caught.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but Right now, they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL. You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional.
And he's in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, New York.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
The Jets will line up for a
Herbert to throw. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
30-yard line.
Pistol.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. His way across the field. That is caught by Addison. That one good for 29.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and it just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Mayfield. On throw, right side, taken by Njoku. And he will have the 1st down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. The Panthers will take their first timeout. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st down is Mayfield. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now Mayfield. It is brought in the end zone. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Carolina. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4.
His kick is good.
And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
27-yard line.
Go. Set. Ready.
On first down, Herbert. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
Let's go.
On first and 10, here's Herbert. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Jets. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
These are the plays that when you look back, like they ultimately decide the outcome of the game. There's no time left on the clock. All they're trying to do is take a shot into the end zone. You've got to get depth. You've got to have guys that can go up and high point and compete for the ball. And you've just got to knock this ball down and go into halftime.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. From the 35, it's first and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle.
Brings up second and 5.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 5. Mayfield to throw. To his tight end, Njoku. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Good for a Panthers first down.
Throwing is Mayfield. That one swung out wide to Walker. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Throwing is Baker. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game. Like, it just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down.
180.
They'll go. Mayfield. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. first down. They don't have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gain on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
20. What's up?
Here's Mayfield. Moving outside the pocket. He's going to tuck it and go. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
On the ground, this is Harris. And he's in! Najee Harris. Touchdown, Panthers. Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Boswell set to
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Panthers will take their first timeout, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Hampton trying to work inside. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple. Play action now. It's Herbert. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Jets. 3 touchdowns in this one. He now has 7 for the year. McLaughlin's good on the extra point. And the Jets have cut the deficit to 5.
38. Jets 33.
Here's McLaughlin now. That's the score. He'll kick this one away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On play action, Mayfield. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. It's 2nd down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off from their execution and leads to an incompletion.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And he's 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. And he will score. David Njoku. Touchdown, Carolina. On for the extra point is Boswell. extend this third quarter lead.
Jets 33.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Now return coming from the 7. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And when we talk about momentum and trying to stop negative momentum, it's moments like this. Not only did you just give up the big score, but now, Greg, they've got to get that defense back on the field after the fumble.
Yeah, and on one sideline, you're riding high. I mean, the last 2 plays could not have gone any better. And then on the other sideline, they couldn't have gone any worse. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
A run. Here's Harris. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
Second down at the 19-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Good. Watch out.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. Rolling right. He'll try and get there on the ground. And the Panthers are likely going to be set up for the 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
9 yards.
Good awareness there on 3rd down. He's thinking there's nothing there, tuck it, and head for the sticks. He's able to get the 1st down himself, avoid any big contact, and the biggest thing is he keeps the drive alive.
Off-balance throw. It's complete.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. This defense doing a great job here facing this goal-to-go situation, especially on that last play. 2 stops down, and now the pressure really ramps up for this offense as they face 3rd and goal.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. This one caught at the 4.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
180!
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Panthers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Herbert now on 1st down. He'll find his tight end, Kittle on the right side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Let's go, let's go. Set. Built.
Herbert now on 1st down. That's taken in by Chuck. They will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. A gain of 48.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And After that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Set. Grenade it. Hey, ram. Go. Ready.
On the handoff, this is Chubb. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
It's now second and 6 at the Panthers' 15-yard line.
Take the handoff. Now Herbert. And he will score. Game on. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, New York. His second catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. And this is no good. He missed it. That might be too much to overcome. They're going to remain 2 scores down here in the fourth quarter. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Hey, alert 33.
They'll run here with Walker. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. Here's second and 2. Baker to throw. Got it into the hands of Mims. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. Sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. A really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second.
On second down, Baker flush to his right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Hey, alert.
Mayfield. Oh, all alone. That is caught by Njoku. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down.
That's good.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Now he'll run. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity. And
he will score! Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Panthers. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit. Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Here comes a return from the 3. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here's Hampton. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Grenade. Run.
On play action, it's Herbert going up top for Evans. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. Go.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Rashawn Gary. He gets into drop it. It's a loss of 8.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath and
to the goal line and in. George Kittle. Touchdown, New York.
Look, Mike, I don't want to imply that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got to admit, it's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who have also scored throughout the league.
He'll swing that out wide, and he's not going to get in. The decision to go for 2 doesn't pay off, unable to cut any further into the deficit. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. But this one is about done. This one all but over. Here's 3rd down.
180!
They'll try and run it with Walker. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Otss. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.